All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about something you've probably seen before, even if you didn't have a name for it: the nice guy phenomenon. We're going to explore what it really is, where it comes from, and most importantly, how to move towards something way more genuine. So, let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself. Have you ever found yourself apologizing for something that wasn't even your fault? Just saying sorry to smooth things over? Well, that little habit is a classic sign of the pattern we're about to break down. You see, there's a name for this whole pattern. It's called the approval trap. And it's this really frustrating cycle where the more you try to get people to like you, the more you actually push away the real connections you're looking for. Okay, so what is this approval trap, really? At its heart, it's this loop you get stuck in where everything you do is driven by two things. You desperately need people to tell you you're okay, and you're terrified of any kind of conflict. And the big problem? This whole strategy means the real you never actually gets to show up. Okay, so let's get specific. There's one word that's a huge red flag for this trap, a word that gets totally overused, and that word is sorry. We're going to see how it can be used for something completely different than a real apology. And this is what's so interesting. For someone stuck in the approval trap, sorry isn't really about regret. Not at all. It's more like a get out of jail free card. It's a quick way to just kill the tension in the room and get back on the other person's good side, you know? It doesn't even matter who was right or wrong. And when you put them side by side, the difference is just, wow, it's stark. A real apology? That's about owning what you did and fixing the trust you broke. But this approval apology? That's all about you. It's a defense mechanism, a tool you use to dodge trouble, fish for some validation, and just avoid a fight at all costs. So you have to wonder, right? Where does this intense need for everyone's approval even come from? Well, to really get it, we've got to dig a little deeper. And it usually comes back to this one hidden wound: toxic shame. This quote just nails the whole paradox of it. The very things you're doing to avoid being abandoned, the people pleasing, the running from conflict, they end up building this invisible wall around you. It keeps you safe, sure, but it also keeps anyone from ever getting truly close. And this idea of toxic shame is so important to understand. We're not just talking about feeling guilty because you did something wrong. That's normal. Toxic shame is different. It's this deep, nagging feeling that you, as a person, are fundamentally broken or unworthy. And that creates this massive fear of letting anyone see the real you because you're convinced that if they did, they'd just leave. Okay, so we've laid out the problem, right? The trap, the shame. It's heavy stuff. So what's the answer? How do you get out? Well, there's a path forward, and it's built around this idea of uprightness. It's a total shift in how you communicate and, really, how you exist. So what does being upright even mean? The idea itself is actually pretty simple, even if putting it into practice is tough. It just means you own what you want. You state your desires and your needs clearly, honestly, and without feeling ashamed about them. No more apologizing for existing, and definitely no more playing games to get what you want. And this comparison just makes it crystal clear. The old way is what you could call shame hot potato. It's where you kind of hint and hope the other person figures it out, which secretly turns into this little dominance game. But the new upright way? It's so clean. It's direct, it's kind, it's strong. Just, I want to see you again. You're just owning it, plain and simple. And when you start walking this path, you realize what the real prize is. It's not just about feeling more confident, though that's part of it. It's about completely transforming the way you connect with other human beings. Because here's the bottom line. You can't have a real, deep connection with someone if it's not built on a foundation of authenticity. It's impossible. The moment you drop the nice facade and just show up as you are, you finally give people a chance to connect with the real you. Okay, let's wrap this up and hit the key takeaways. We started with that approval trap, right? That endless cycle of chasing validation. We saw how over-apologizing becomes this weird manipulation tool, and we figured out that the root of it all is often this toxic shame. But the way out? It's upright behavior, being clear and honest about what you want. Because the biggest lesson here is that you can't have true connection without authenticity, period. So, I'm going to leave you with a question, and I want you to actually think about this after we're done here. Don't think about some huge, life-changing confession. Just think small. What is just one, simple truth you can express uprightly today? Maybe it's a want, a boundary, a feeling. Because that's where this whole journey really begins.